Hey there, my fellow lunatics, and welcome to Dakon's Madhouse. Hey there, everybody. All right, so we've been having some lovely and energetic conversations in my wood farm comment section where people have been having some disagreements on the efficiency of my wood farm design. And that's fine. You guys are allowed to disagree with me about the efficiency of my designs. I'm not trying to make the most efficient designs in the game. If you're coming to my channel assuming that you're going to find the best and the most efficient and the only way to do this to ultimate out min max whatever, that's not me. You may get that sort of thing sometimes, but that's not my goal. That's not what I go for. I'm just trying to have a good time and show some really good designs that I find as I'm playing. So with that in mind, I am more than happy to receive information about better designs or better ways to do wood farming than what I've done. Now, what I am not receptive to is people kind of coming in with this insistence and this certainty in their tone and in the way that they describe what their efficiency is. I don't know if I'm explaining this right. Basically, don't come into my house and just flat out tell me I'm wrong, because I'm not going to listen to you if that's what you're going to do. Have a discussion with me. Don't come in here and say, nah, man, your design's crap and here's why. I'm not going to listen if you do that. So come at me with a little bit more discourse and a little bit more maturity and we can talk. But in the spirit of all of that, I've decided to do a little bit of an experiment. So what I have here is I have a bunch of different wood farms that I've built. This first wood farm here is just a basic wood farm. It's got 35 roots, just like my wood farm design, which I've got right here, also with 35 roots. And then I've got my mob farm design again, except this time I just planted all of the seeds at the same time. So I didn't wait for my trunk to properly grow. I just dropped every seed. You'll notice that little gap there, that's never going to fill in. And that's because these trunks are not optimized. And then finally, I have the Steam community page's wood farm design. This one actually has 36 roots instead of 35 because it only goes down 4 tiles because of the way it has its drills positioned. Now, yes, with the way these drills are positioned, you don't need conveyor belts like you do in my mob farm design. However, my mob farm design takes advantage of an additional section of seeds where drills are placed here, so it makes my design a little bit more compact. In fact, my mob farm is half the size. But we'll see which one ultimately is the more efficient design. I honestly have no idea. I think it's mine, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it really is the Steam community one. You know what? We're gonna find out. And just for craziness sake, someone actually decided to comment that they thought that automating the farms was bad and a terrible design in general, and that the best thing to do is just put them all out here like this. I don't know if that was a joke or not, but I'm going to take it seriously. Let's see if you're right. I'm 99.9% sure that you're wrong, but we'll give it a try. Why not? All right, so let's go ahead and just turn all of these farms on, and let's see what they can do. Okay. All of these mob farms are running. I'm just gonna let them run now for, I don't know, a while, like 8+ hours, and I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow. It is currently 4 p.m. my time, so I'm just gonna let this run for at least 10 to 12 hours, whatever time I get up tomorrow morning and stop it. And we will go from there and see how much wood is in each one. Hopefully that'll give us a good metric. All right, y'all, it is the next day, and let us see what kind of loot we've got. I started running this at 4 p.m. yesterday, and it is now 9 a.m. my time. So this has been running for 17 hours. Let's see how much wood we've got from each farm. First, we have got the very basic, just put down the wood and the drill, and let's see how much we get from that. 6,000, a little over 6,000. All right, that's respectable. That's a decent amount of wood. I mean, for a single player game, that's more than enough for the average person to be able to do what they need to do. Now, if you're trying to work your crafting, it's a bit slow. It's a bit inefficient. It's really not as much as you really need. But it's still good. It doesn't suck. We're going to go ahead and look at the randomly placing the wood everywhere. I got rid of the roots too because I don't want to have to clean that up again. And we ended up with 1,038. So not remotely surprised. Just leaving wood out and harvesting it when you feel like it is not at all efficient and is quite terrible. Now let's look at my farm if I don't have the roots set up properly, where I didn't actually build the trunks and I just placed all my root seeds at the same time and let it grow as it grew. This one ended up with 8,000 pieces of wood. Not bad. That's all right. It's not even a stack yet, which kind of sucks. I think you'd like to get a stack of about 10,000 if you've gone for an entire night. This one doesn't quite get you there. Let's see what mine looks like. This was my wood farm design, and let's see how much it gets us. Okay, this is not bad. This is pretty good. Is this the most efficient? I'm not sure. We're about to find out. But at least I have over a stack. And that's really what I'm going for, because with something like this, you can let the farm just run while you're asleep and then maybe while you're at work or at school the next day. And by the time you get home, you have more than enough that you need to do any crafting or to work any kind of skill game that you would need to do, which really is the goal for me. Is the farm good enough to do what I need it to do? But which one is the most efficient? Is the steam one more efficient? It's entirely possible. Let's find out. Looks like it is. So earlier in the video, I was wrong. You know, I thought mine would be the more efficient farm, and it's not. Now, the reason I thought mine would be the more efficient farm is because, so the information about how wood farming works, which you'll find in the Steam guide, was written by MZ. MZ designed this initial wood farm kind of layout. Now, they designed it way back in the day. Zero Gravitas had been taking that design and trying to update it and keep it going with the newer patches, but he kind of fell off for health reasons. And he had given me this design as he thought would be his final form. He's like, I'm going to test this. I think this is better, but I don't have the health, I don't have the time, I don't have the ability to do it right now. So I took this design and I just kind of went with it and said, you know what, I like it, it's compact, it works, it's efficient. Clearly it's not as efficient as the original design here. But let's talk about differences in the design, pros and cons between the two, and then you can decide which one works better for you. This design takes a lot of time to set up. Yeah, you may feel like my design takes a while as you wait for that trunk to grow and then you put in all the side seeds. This one takes at least double the amount of time because you have to wait for the roots to cover each specific tile on both sides, then place that one root seed, wait for it to fully grow, and then the trunks will slowly grow around it. It's a very slow and laborious process to get all of this set up right. Now, if you're willing to go through that process, then you will come out with a more efficient wood farm. The other question comes around to compactness. In this current design, it is not very compact. My farm does have a more compact design to it, which some people may find advantageous. The steam one does not need conveyor belts. Mine does. And the reason why mine does is because of where I orient and place my drills. You'll notice that in the steam one here, they're oriented sideways or horizontally, and they take up what I use as a root slot. Like on my build, where these drills are, there's a root seed there. Could you theoretically make this one even more robust by essentially pulling out the drill and putting it here and then putting another root seed right where I'm standing? Yeah, you probably could make it go even more. Now, if you do that, you'll have to add conveyor belts down here because now your wood is being pulled down instead of being pulled left by the drill. But that will make this a little bit more efficient, but it will add the requirement for conveyor belts. So that's something you could consider. Adding the extra root seed down here at the bottom may let you also make this a little bit more compact as you're adding upwards of 4 or 5 more seeds, you can go with 1, maybe 2 columns less. Here's another area where there's a big difference between my farm design and this farm design. The most important part of the steam design is this backbone of trunk here. If any of that breaks, this farm is broken and you have to start over. That's an absolute nightmare. There is no weak section on mine that can break. If you break any one of these seeds, even one of these master root seeds at the top, it's okay. You just place a new root down and it'll grow and grow right back in and everything's fine. It can be reset if you mess it up or if something goes wrong. It's a lot easier to do maintenance on. So the question becomes, is the extra 2,000 wood over a 16-hour period of time worth all of that extra design and planning? Well, that's up to you, really. And it's your wood farm, so you build it the way you want to build it. I hope that this gives you more information. I hope that this helps you be more informed and helps you build the kind of wood farm that you want to build. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future content, and if you are feeling really generous, please join us on Patreon or become a YouTube member. Your support means the world to me, and I can't do it without you. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, stay crazy.